Morning NHS, this is Mr. Law coming to you live from NHS Studios featuring that Friday feeling. Ooh yeah, Friday. Ooh yeah. Eh. Got that Friday feeling. I'm not gonna lie, I gave myself a haircut this morning. And because I was thinking like I'm not gonna see anybody for a long time, I just used one clipper. Did the beard, did the hair, did like literally everything all at once. My eyebrows are by far the longest hairs on my facial range, and then I had to film the video. I was like, wow, I look super duper 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 bald. Tyler Keaton's, go ahead, you can have some fun with that. Alright. Not have much working for me up there anymore. In the hair department, Brain is doing fine. Brain's doing fine. Alright, so a few little updates. First of all, today is your NHS Apparel Day. So I'm wearing my NHS apparel right here, designed by your little prez. That is so corny. I'm sorry, Taina. Alright, your president, Taina, designed our apparel for this year. This is our apparel from last year. Rock your gear. Send in those pictures. Alright, that is for today. I want to thank Taina for not only coming up with the idea, for setting this up, and for running the whole thing. You know, she's posted the pictures every single night. She's put the reminds out there for everybody. And I think this was a great way for us to start off the fact that even though we're out and NHS is not meeting physically, that we haven't like completely stopped, okay? It was fun to keep us connected, and I think us staying connected, us, me with you guys with each other, and your teachers with you guys, like, as best as you can, reach out to me, even just to say, like, you know, how they're doing, that kind of stuff, all right? I think that sense of normalcy, I think us seeing each other is something that's really, really important. So thank you for setting this up. Taina, it was awesome and a blast. All right. Now some updates real quick for next week. We have a few ideas for you guys. G. Denchuk is going to be running and helping me kind of set up. We're going to put some information out there this weekend. It's going to be next week's thing. We're going to be doing letters for older people in senior facilities that aren't getting visitors right now. So I don't know if you guys know, but all of our like senior facilities have essentially, for the most part, I think all of them have stopped accepting visitors, so that there are not any chance of spreading the coronavirus, which is extremely dangerous for the elderly to get, as you guys know. So in a way to kind of lift them up, we're going to be writing letters and sending them in there. We're most likely going to be getting these letters to G's house so she can send them all at once, but we're going to give some more specific information for that, and we're going to have other ways for you to help with that as well, possibly. All right. Secondly, for next week, we're going to be doing, I had this idea that I thought would be really good. Local businesses, a lot of them are getting slammed by this right now, especially restaurants and that kind of stuff. So support your local business. If you can show me how you're supporting a local business, maybe it was ordering dinner from a restaurant that night and then you either got it delivered or picked up, something along those lines. I'm going to give you, I'm not sure, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to do the write-up. I'll post it this weekend, but that'll be like an NHS point just for ordering dinner from a restaurant, something like that. I would prefer it to be a local restaurant, meaning like not McDonald's, not necessarily like a huge chain that's hanging in there. If you have only one restaurant, it's a lot harder to get through a time like this as a smaller business. So let's try and help them out with that. All right, so that's for next week. And then lastly, it's kind of that time of year, which feels weird to me. Every year it feels weird. I do have to put out there the fact that, like, next year, I'm going to need some officers that are going to be awesome, that are going to step up. My officers this year were absolutely fantastic. They know how much I love them, how much I appreciate them. I think I tell them all the time. And they've done a lot for me. And this is a huge organization that does a lot of stuff. And there's so much behind the scenes that we need officers that are going to work well together, work well with me, and just be kind of willing to put some work in to make this club what it is. Being an officer is not necessarily about a bunch of brilliant ideas. I want to throw that out there real quick. First of all, a lot of times high school kids have trouble following through with ideas. My officers this year have been fantastic, so that's not an issue. But more so, there's so much that has to happen behind the scenes. There is so much that has to happen behind the scenes. That first and foremost from the officers, I need help doing that. I need help, running some events. Almost most importantly, doing the verifications as people are putting in service, helping me out with that. Helping me out with all kinds of organizing applications and everything. There's so much stuff that happens behind the scenes that a lot of it I have to do, but if the stuff that I don't have to do, if I have officers that can actually help me out, it makes my job doable, because without that, it wouldn't even be a possibility for me to do what we're doing here. So I will be posting officer applications pretty soon, just so you guys have time to look at them. At the earliest, we're going to be back in the school on April 20th, and I kind of hope that's the case. Even if that were the case, though, that would leave us with only like probably 2 more meetings left. So I would like to get those officer applications coming in, and then what I would really love to do, especially if we get back to school and you're considering running for officer, I would love you to sit down with my officers. maybe with me at one point, I might be asking some people to sit down, but also with the officers, so you can get a feel from them about what they did, what it's like, that kind of stuff. I think coming from me, it's wrong because I don't know what it's like to work with me or work for me. But sit down with the officers, ask any of the officers questions. I know they'll answer. Feel free to just text them, like, hey, I'm considering running. Like, what are your thoughts on like this, that? Okay. On the application, you'll see that there's not necessarily specific things you run for. Okay. You're going to run for an officer position. If you want to be president or something like that, you can probably put that on there. But I'm going to take the best available. Is the way that works out. All right. Any more questions with that? You guys can text me individually. That is your Friday little video. Great job with the Spirit Week. I miss you guys so much. I just want to tell you that I really think you're all great people. And my coffee doesn't taste the same when Gianna doesn't bring it to me. And that it's not as fun to start the day without Ziegler walking by and me teasing her. And that my physics kids are so smart but annoying. Have a great day, everybody.